Hey everybody, welcome back to the SkyLounge, and this is Peruse, episode number 34. That's right, we're doing a more consistent episode right now with this shit. Trying to back out of the house, but this fucking cocksucker of a neighbor has their car pulled up so far out of their fucking garage that when I'm trying to back out, it feels like I'm gonna fucking bump into them. And because why? These fuckers are from Arizona. Now, yes, I'm letting my bias play into that shit. Should I really let that happen? Not really. But fuck you. Like, why do I have to apologize for everything? You know, kind of the insatiably annoying part about everything now. You gotta be apologetic for everything. Oh, I'm sorry I offended, limp dick guys everywhere. I'm sorry I offended, small-titted bitches who get fucking offended by everything. I'm sorry that, you can't make a fucking joke without everybody getting their panties in a fucking bunch. Jesus Christ, dude. No one's got balls anymore, man. That's the problem. No one's got balls. Because everybody wants to just be comfortable. Right? Nobody likes the truth. Nobody likes honesty. And you know what? Sometimes you don't want to hear the truth. That's the last thing you want to fucking hear. Like, do you understand? Like, for a month, like, I did nothing for 31 days in March except just smoke, eat, and drink once in a while. Like, sprinkle that in with a little bit of drinking. I didn't do shit. The honest truth of that was I was being a lazy piece of shit. I was going nowhere for that 1 month. I wasted a month. And that's the truth. And, a lot of times self-assessment is hard. I've said this so many times. And for a lot of people, it may come as no surprise that, yeah, I have no sympathy for people who just fucking, think the world should be given to them on a fucking silver platter. That it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. Right? Way to state the obvious, but hey, that's what I do. It's what I do here at the SkyLounge, especially Peruse. Because I'm basically just driving with the camera stuck on my face and trying to figure out how not to look like a Futurama head, but I'm getting all these green lights, so can't really fuck around with the phone too much. I can do that. That's better. But yeah, that's actually better. Okay, here we go. Got my shoulders in. But no, I'll tell you a funny thing. Kids. Yeah, that's a yellow light. Yeah, so I went ahead and just started doing this thing for the last 5 days, which is not smoking during the weekday and eating relatively healthy. And you know what? My weight dropped down significantly. When I say I dropped about 10 pounds within a span of a week, I'm not exaggerating. I'm really not. But that's the thing, folks. You gotta make those inherent sacrifices for what you want to do, right? Like, for my example, for the week, I cut off weed, cutting off, processed shit, carbs, simple carbs and shit like that, like bread, rice, anything like kind of starchy and shit. I'm not having any of that. What I'm really consuming the most is veggies. Mostly day to day, I'm eating cauliflower rice, meat, trying to eat lean meat, turkey meat. Did you say shrimp this morning? That's a bit of a high fat, high cholesterol kind of deal, if I remember correctly. And this is all off the top of my head. I don't really list this out. I used to just religiously input every data entry into MyFitnessPal. But what ended up happening was I wouldn't follow along. I would just kind of calculate macros and think, oh, I should be okay for today, so I'm gonna eat like shit, and it, it doesn't work well when you do that. So, wow, much better camera angle. But what is the occasion for making such a video today? And the reason why is because I have a bit of a drive to go down to the you really call it the east side of town? Well, anyways, going for the west of the east. Gotta get some errands run. Gotta run some errands. Jesus, dude. You know, I would use the excuse of I wasn't born in this country whenever I get those little phrases incorrectly. But I don't hide it. Sometimes I'm stupid. I don't give a fuck who knows that shit, dude. Like, I know I'm stupid. Like, my head functions, but I know I'm a dumbass. And that's the start, right? That's the start of how you assess yourself. Like, all right, what's the base you're working with? Because there, like I said, man, there are certain people who has natural talent in certain areas of life. For me personally, I feel like I've never been a specialist in anything. I'm more just a jack of all trades. And with that, I'm just more like, okay, cool. So what do I have to improve? Okay, like I'm kind of funny, not really, but can talk to people, not really. So it's jack of all trades shit. It's more like, dude, just survive, just survive, and that's it. So weird. It's so weird because now we got the NHL playoffs about to start in, good lord, that's going to be in about a week, less than a week, April 10th. So that's about 5 days from now. And the schedule for the NHL playoff should be on April 7th, on Sunday. So with all that being said, I'm super excited. Not only the fact that my team, Vegas Golden Knights, is in the playoffs for the second time in a row in their second year of existence, but I'm excited to just watch great playoff hockey, and that's the story. That's the name of the game, because you're gonna have great competition east and west, right? The Boston Bruins versus Toronto Maple Leafs. That's it. San Jose Sharks versus Vegas Golden Knights. More than likely, what I'd imagine is Nashville and Winnipeg, and maybe Dallas. I don't know. Like, that Central Division is kind of it's really wacky. Atlantic Division, I know it's going to be Tampa Bay and either Columbus or. Is it Columbus or Montreal, or is it Carolina? I don't know. I'd have to look at the playoff picture again. But my goodness, what an incredible lineup of stuff we got. I'm really excited. This playoff hockey is truly one of the best times of the year, and I've experienced that a lot last year. Thanks to my buddy Ryan, took me to the second round. So we went to the second round, San Jose Sharks, and then went off to the Winnipeg Jets game, Western Conference Final, Game 4. And then I went to the Stanley Cup Final, Game 5, which was incredible. I mean, Game 5 was such a surreal place to be at, and to watch Ovechkin lift the cup. And mind you, I was never into hockey before the Vegas Golden Knights came into our lives here in Las Vegas, but after watching a full season of them, and during the season, I was researching hockey. I was studying the top 100 player list that YouTube provided, and seeing the stuff Ovechkin has done, and to see him never win a cup, that was crazy. And for him to win a cup, unfortunately at the behest of my team, but to see that guy win a cup and lift it, and the jubilation and just relief that you saw on his face, it's just so great, man. And the following subsequent summer, right? Like the subsequent summer, where he just, it was all about Ovechkin drinking, and it was fantastic. It was so fantastic to watch him just get wasted every fucking step of the way. Because yeah, that cup is special. It is special. I mean, I try to follow every discipline in the sport. You know, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey, also football. But there's something about that Stanley Cup. It just feels different, you know. It really does. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that it's a 2-month journey to get to one of the most physically arduous and challenging tasks, which is, dude, skating on ice is like no joke. Okay, I can't even skate. Period. I can't skate. I never learned to. And anytime, you know, someone try to get me on the ice, I'm like, yeah, no, thanks. I don't want to do that. That's the last thing I want to do. And yeah, man, it's kind of nuts. It is kind of nuts that playoffs are just upon us. I mean, they are right there. They're right there. Super excited, super thrilled. Yeah, I don't want lyrics. I don't want lyrics on these songs. Okay. What I want is instrumentals. Please do not. Please. Yeah. So we're heading down to the eastern part, whatever. And man, it's Friday. For a lot of people, it's Friday. Congratulations for you guys. But yeah, this week has kind of been an interesting week. You know, it's what I often said about sobriety during that month when I was off weed and alcohol. Like a good straight month, you know, 28 days. Didn't drink, didn't smoke. There was a lot of clarity there. And then I followed that up with a month of 31 days of just nothing but drinking and smoking. Well, dialed it back on the drinking, I mean, but still, had a lot of those. And, you know, it's all about balance, right? And I preach that, but it's hard to act on it. It really is. But now that playoffs are coming, it's kind of like, fuck, man, if I go out, like, especially away games, because the Vegas Golden Knights don't have home ice advantage in the first round, nor will they have it, I believe, moving forward, even if they do pass the next rounds. They won't have home ice advantage at all. So it's going to be pretty tough. So those away games, I'd imagine I'd probably be at a bar somewhere or probably at my house. And that's the thing, I would like to roll up a fucking blunt and smoke that shit, you know, but it's the weekday, probably can't. I gotta adhere to this policy, dude. But if it's a Saturday away game, oh man, you bet your sweet ass I am getting wasted. Not wasted, but pretty drunk enough to the point where I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm feeling good. Add that off with a little bit of smoking. Should be good times. And you know what helps, man? Drink Aid. That Drink Aid shit it's fucking bonkers how well it works. Because I have 2 of those. Anytime I know I'm gonna drink a lot, I make sure I buy 2 of those because I'm gonna drink one right before I start drinking, you know, alcohol. And I drink one the next day when I know I'm going to have a miserable fucking time just existing, right? So, you know, beyond that, it's hard to say what's going to happen during the playoffs. It really is. I'm super excited about the first round. I really am. It's San Jose Sharks, a team that we truly do hate. I'll tell you what right now. The Kings, the Sharks, I think there's genuine hate between those 2 teams, with the Vegas Golden Knights. You know, not really surprised. You know, proximity, you know, the way they play against each other, very physical, very aggressive, and that's the only way I want to see it. That's the only way, you know, how rivals should handle each other. Really should be the way they handle each other. Division rivals, man. I mean, come on. You know what? I was at the game, Arizona Coyotes game yesterday, and I posted a video about this. You know, fans leaving, a little earlier than expected. Because here's the optics of that game. Third period, down 3-1, with 9 or so minutes left on the clock, and Garland from Arizona scores, makes it 4-1, and you see at least a third or so of the arena just trickle itself out. And yeah, I was disappointed at the fans, because it wasn't like some other home games where, like the Toronto Maple Leafs games. There's a lot of Maple Leafs fans, like a lot of away fans. Coyotes, like Arizona Coyotes and some of these other teams, there's more Vegas fans. Majority of Vegas fans. And that's a huge testament to Toronto fans. I've been to each and every home game that Toronto has. Toronto's been an opponent. And I'll tell you what, man, their fans are incredibly loyal, so I can't even hate on it. I can't. And because there was more home crowd, it was really obvious and really fucking barren once everybody started leaving. And I just thought, man, like, I get it. I get the frustration. I do. And sometimes I also get the fact that you want to leave early because it's the Las Vegas Strip and there can't be traffic. I do understand that too. But man, I mean, for me, also financial aspect, and I understand some of you guys are just rich as fuck. But dude, I want to get my money's worth. And I love my team. No matter how much I berate my teams, and you see me do this shit with the Lakers all the time. I fucking berate the Lakers each and every fucking step of the way this season. Listen, I'm one of those people that says, if you truly do love something, you accept everything about it, but you also want it, you want to see the best of it. You want to see the best aspects of that thing you love. And that's why the whole Lakers season has been extremely frustrating for me. Because I know they're better than this. I know they're better than this. But with all the on and off court drama, and between just executives just having their twat just shoved right up there, like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, it's frustrating, but I will still cheer for my Lakers. I will have no other basketball team. That is the truth. That is the truth. In sports monogamy, I don't joke about it, man. Like, I always deliver the way I explain that shit in a joking manner, in a kind of funny way. Try to package that shit like that. But the reality is, sports monogamy is very serious for me. If somebody says, hey man, what if I bought you a jersey or something? I'm like, yeah, I'd never wear it. I'd flat out never wear it. If it's another team, and if it deviates from my 5 teams, right? Arsenal for soccer, football. Dodgers for baseball. Lakers for basketball. Vegas Golden Knights for hockey. And the Seattle Seahawks for football. I'm never wearing merch. Not doing that shit. Just doesn't happen. I hate to admit it, but just I can't stand people who just says, oh, I have multiple teams. Like, dude, get fucked. Get fucked, man. I don't know. And here's the thing. If you explain it, it's whatever. Like, do you, man? But that's not for me. It's just not for me. I'm a serial monogamist. Oh, God, I might be a serial monogamist. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. What I do know is sports is all about just understanding that you won't win everything. Understanding that there are sacrifices. Understanding that you're going to have a lot of downtimes. And also understanding that, hey, you'll get through this. You're gonna push through. And that's life. That's why I started falling in love with sports. Is it's just a very interesting reflection of life, is what I have to say. It's a very unique perspective on life, but a lot of great life lessons along the way. Lots of great life lessons along the way. I'll tell you this, one of the craziest things I've ever experienced as a sports fan, as an avid sports fan, because to be really honest, 2014 was when I really started, getting into sports. Really, 2014 was when I said, all right, World Cup 2014. And from that point out, it was just, I was ingesting any kind of sport I can. I mean, this year, it's pretty much, I'm trying to learn baseball. And each and every time, each sports things happen, each sports event, like every year, every season, there's always incredible storylines. And I remember one of the craziest things I experienced, and it's unfortunately at the behest of my team getting second place and us losing, was Leicester City winning the Premier League in the 2015-16 season. That was probably the craziest, most inspirational shit I've watched, because it was all about the underdogs. It was all about the team that had nobody really eyeing them. It's Leicester City is a very small little area in England, from what they all tell us, and for that kind of city to win the Premier League in a league that's so predicated on whoever spends the most money wins. They did it off of character. They did it off of great tactics. They did it off of pace and brilliant managing. And man, the magic that they captured that season could never be replicated. But to watch that unfold was unreal. It was absolutely unreal. And I was salty about it at the time. I remember when Arsenal lost, I was super salty that, Leicester won the Premier League, Arsenal was second, we should have won. We're the only team that beat them twice in that season, truth. But it didn't turn out that way. Arsenal didn't win any cups that season. Arsene Wenger really just further solidified his tenure with Arsenal as kind of meh, especially in the latter 10 years. But to watch things like that unfold, it's pretty powerful stuff, man. Watching hockey now. I remember the storyline last season. One of the best storylines I heard all season last season was Brian Boyle, who was coming off from cancer, and the way he played with just this tenacity and ferocity. It's just, God, could you imagine like that kind of shit? And then you hear stories about past players, Mario Lemieux, battling through cancer, and then he comes back, and he's just still this transcendent talent that just dominates everyone on the ice. And it's incredible to watch stories like that. It's like, man, no matter how much life kicks you in the fucking dick, like, you get back up. You get back on the next shift. You get back to that next play. You get back to that next fucking inbounding play. Whatever the case may be, you just got to get back up. And that's why fucking sports is awesome, right? And oftentimes, you got people shitting on sports, and they don't know shit. And I used to be one of those people. I used to be one of those fucking simpletons, like, oh, fucking sports is dumb. And it's like, no. If you, sports is just a bunch of guys just, punching each other, stuff. Not that simple, guy. Not that simple. And to oversimplify it like that, it just, you completely gloss over the argument, And credit to people who say that and then start asking questions, start wanting to learn. And I try to do that. I try to do more of that, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a quick pull the trigger kind of guy. Like, this looks like it's gonna suck, and just hard to change opinions sometimes. But it has to be said. You gotta keep an open mind, right? And that's the best way you learn. And it's super cool, dude. I mean, I can't wait. Again, playoffs are imminent. That's gonna be some fun times for all of us. And man, I cannot wait, because it's just gonna be fucking unending sports ball shit. And unfortunately, once the playoffs are done, basketball playoffs, hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs, We'll still have baseball. But yeah, then what? I mean, you have the Women's World Cup, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I hope the USA wins another one. Really hope they do. What is it? The World Cup is in France this year. And so, yeah, I really hope the USA wins again. I know the likelihood of a back-to-back World Cup winner is very, very, unlikely. I mean, come on, man. The amount of money that this country has invested into women's soccer, I mean, we should absolutely dominate the competition. But, of course, I mean, to be fair, I haven't even looked at any of the rosters. I haven't looked at any of the power rankings of countries at all. But I'd imagine Japan would give the USA a run for their money. Can you fucking go? Like, fuck you, dude, you fucking moron. Like, if you're gonna fucking go, then fucking go, you fucking piece of shit. Like, such an old little bitch checking his fucking phone. And of course he's from California. No, I'm telling you, man, like, every fucking cruise Peruse, there's always some fucking cocksucker that fucking drives up like a moron and doesn't know how to fucking drive. Fucking Christ, dude. Did I tell you how much I want to fucking beat the shit out of people? I sound like a psychopath. I am a psychopath. More of a sociopath, really. It's kind of whatever. It is kind of whatever. But driving in Vegas, man, it's just always one of those things where it's not as bad as those California cities, but you start questioning, like, how many people are drugged the fuck up or drunk as shit. Like, drinking and driving is the stupidest fucking thing. Like, it really is the stupidest fucking thing, man. If you're a prominent drinking and driver, go fuck yourself. Seriously, go fuck yourself. If you think, like, oh, I'm totally fine to drive, no, you're not. Generally what happens is you're not. When people say that, it's the most infuriating thing I ever hear. Oh, I'm okay to drive, I feel good. Like, no, dude, you're not. You're not, okay? Lost 2 friends to fucking drinking and driving, man. Well, 1 acquaintance, 1 friend. And, yeah, my buddy, he was actually done filming one night and trying to drive home, and some drunk kid, under 21 mind you, some drunk ass kid, runs into him and kills my friend. And so yeah, I genuinely hate people who drink and drive. So I remember when my friend died, I said, you know what, if I ever get a license, which fast forward to like 5 years now, no, actually 4 years now, 3 years. Oh my gosh, it's been 3 years. Oh my god. Yeah, fast forward. Well, no, it's 4 years now. Yeah, it's 4 years. Yeah, fast forward to 4 years. I can't do math. Fast forward to 4 years. I got my license, and yeah, I still stand by that. I never drink and drive. I never drink and drive. If I touch, as soon as my lips touch any sort of alcohol, beer, whiskey, whatever the fuck it is, I don't drive. I will tell people, like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, if I'm drinking at home, I'm not going anywhere. I don't feel the need to. And yeah. I mean, people just make the craziest excuses for drinking and driving. Like, oh, I gotta take my car back. Like, an Uber is not that fucking expensive, dude. You could get your car back tomorrow. Like, what would you rather, pay a fine or die? Like, so fucking dumb, dude. And that's ultimately the frustrating part about people who think they've mastered their body and can drink and drive. Because I don't know. I'm always of the belief, like, substances can fuck you. Like, they can alter the state of being, right? So, especially drugs. I mean, drugs and alcohol. Well, alcohol's technically a drug, so yeah. I mean, anything like that, it affects your performance. And so seriously, go fuck yourself if you think you can control every little fiber optics in yourself. Like, get fucked. And I'm actually passing by the airport area here in Las Vegas, McCarran Airport, and I actually used to work near this area, the offices here. And man, well, it was only for a short couple of months, but just realized how fucking far it is. And I remember I worked at that office for about 2 months, and then once my father died, I decided to quit. And it's been an interesting ride since. It's almost a year. Yeah, I started in that company April 1st, left June 20th. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's been an interesting year so far. It's been an interesting year so far. Cumulative year, not 2019 year. 2019 has been also fucking curious too. Oh my god, my eyes, that shit looks something in my shit. Don't you hate that shit where you just fucking driving and oh my god, fuck, seriously, what the fuck? That's nuts. Okay, seriously, like they're like my eyes are malfunctioning. Fuck. Ah! There we go. But yeah, I am definitely a little weary whenever I come near this area because it's so fucking far away. It's surprisingly far away. The airport is surprisingly far away from where I live. About what, 30-minute drive? And yeah, I don't take the freeway. That's the whole thing. I should take the freeway. Never. Oh god. Not even going past 50, but it does this sometimes, which. But yeah, still haven't driven the freeway yet. What are you, a pussy? Yeah. And it's funny. I started this video off with calling people out as being pussies, but. Sorry, not sorry. Man, oh man. Boys and girls, after this little errand, it is gym time. Super excited. Because we are going to be doing legs today. It's leg day. Yes. It is leg day. Excited. I love leg days. It's one of those times where I just feel like, oh shit, cool. Like I could just, ruin myself. Ugh. No, I do love leg days though. Like they're very satisfying to get finished with. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Alright, we are almost at our destination, but it takes a while. It takes a while to get there. We talked about a lot of things here, boys and girls. We talked about sports, talked about death, talked about drinking. Most importantly, we found ourselves. Fuck. It is nuts. It is nuts. Yes, it's already April. God damn, man. Like, can you believe that shit? We're in 2019. It is already April. Crazy. That's crazy. But hey, shit goes by fast, man. Time goes by fast. Alrighty, tighty. But yeah, this rest of April should be a fairly intriguing month. Lots to look forward to. Obviously, postseason hockey and basketball. Lots of NFL rumors going around too. So that's always a circus act all on its own. Yeah, I'm super thrilled. I'm super thrilled. And the one thing I'm not thrilled about in Las Vegas though is just heat. Yeah, it's gonna start getting hot. I lived in Vegas for God knows how many years now, and I still can't stand the heat. I know, it's weird. I hate it. I hate the heat. It's disgusting. It makes me sick. Ugh. Oh my God. Swear to God, there's like, every time I come here, there's always that one car with it's the same car too. It's the same car with the Rams logo on it. And ugh, just makes me sick. I fucking hate the Rams. And let me just get back, repark my car. I always do this. I generally tend to just repark every time. So I want to just be right in the line. And when that happens, super satisfying. But hey, boys and girls, that's about it for this episode of Peruse. Follow me at the SCY Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents.